I'm Cinnamon Cooney, your art Sherpa, and I have here the Artist Easel bonus bundle that I got for $24.99 at Michael's on sale. I'm going to show you today how to set it up and how to do an amazing winter painting you're going to love today. So get your easel and all your stuff, and let's go. Let's take a look inside what's in the bonus bundle. What we have is one floor easel, 65 inches high. This is a staple back canvas, 14 by 18. 3 nylon brushes and Artist Loft acrylic paint in the colors titanium white, brilliant red, brilliant yellow, phthalo green, brilliant blue, and Mars black. Let me show you how easy it is to set up this easel. Let's begin our painting. Using your number 8 flat, take a little bit of your phthalo green and your brilliant blue paint and mix them together. Pull the brush to get the paint into the bristles. Now we're going to come to the left-hand side, middle of your canvas, right here at the middle line. And we're going to make a very gentle curve line. That's the top of our mason jar lid. Then you're going to make a line down about 1 inch long. Right there. Make another parallel line. To finish your lid. If you run low on paint, get a little more. And we're going to paint the shoulders. Bring a line at an angle towards the left and an angle towards the right. And then make a vertical line coming from the bottom of your surface up. A little more paint. You don't have to be too careful about this. What's nice, I'm going to get some water. What's nice is that when you're painting and you're sketching in a painting, you've got a little room to work something out. If the sketching in part makes you nervous, go ahead and use the free traceable that is on our website. You can see I'm just using this brush in until I get the mason jar where it's a shape and size. I'm super happy with it. Once you have the mason jar where you're happy with it, take your turquoise and your white paint together. And if you need to, get a drop of water to improve the flow. And this will be the base color of your jar. Go ahead and paint it all in with that solid color. Just paint it all in with this turquoise. Now, if you run out of your turquoise, come get a little more of your green and a little more of your blue. Mix them together and add a little more white to it. I just dip my brush in 1 drop of water, just a little bit of water, just to improve the flow. I'm going to go back through and kind of smooth and curve and make sure that my surface is covered with the paint. Now I'm going to rinse out my brush. So I'm going to take my black. I'm going to pull it a little bit into my brush. Notice that I'm flipping the brush to load into the belly. I'm going to use the edge here, or the chisel of the brush. All that's going to take. We're just making a light line. So you can see, I can get a nice fine line if I want it with this brush. I'm going to thicken my branch a little bit at the base and bring it out there. And I'm going to want to make some little berry spots that can come out from that. So everywhere I put one of these little branches, I'll put berries. Come down here and add some more spots for berries. And then maybe here a little branch can come out. Notice I'm on the edge of my brush. I just stroke across. If I need to thicken the line, I can just go back over it. I'm not pressing very hard. There we go. That's a nice little berry twig. It's going to hold a lot of berries for us. Getting a little water on my brush. I'm going to get a little more black paint loaded in. And let's bring a nice branch here. I'm going to press a little harder to make a thicker branch. A little more black paint. Just keep bringing in those branches. I'm using the edge of this brush. I just bring that out there. Put it to the side and I'm going to get my round brush. This is the number 5 round that you got in the kit. And I'm going to go ahead and get some red paint. We'll work it into the brush and we're going to make berries. Make the berries, we're just going to draw little circles with the brush. About the size of a pea. Notice I'm not pressing very hard and I'm just swirling that around. Just swirling that around. You just cluster them up as you like them. I like to put odd numbers and put them at the ends of each of the branches. Let's do that right now. So you guys are doing really good. Now we're going to put in the pine boughs, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Probably surprisingly easy, and you might even already have an idea how we do it. Let me show you how you can get those in. Load up my green, just my green paint. And I'm going to plant in where I want my pine boughs to go. At the end here, on the edge, just the corner of this brush, not pressing very hard. I'm going to add the little pine needle. See how that's more about a pattern than anything? The texture. My trick is that my pressure is very light. Get paint anytime you think you need it. And it can be nice to bring these little needles into a spike around, layering them in and make them multi-dimensional. I'm not going to cover the glass with any needles. I'll just pull this around here. So that's a pretty nice little pine bough. Let's add all the rest in this color, just your green. Just keep that pressure light on the edge of the brush. Once that part of the floral is done, we can start to shade our jar, allowing the green pine boughs to dry a little bit. Take some of your brilliant blue, load it on your brush. Come and put that line that we had at the neck jar again. Let's put it up top. And then brush it across with light pressure, allowing the canvas to kind of show through. Come down this left shoulder of the jar. And let's pull in just a little bit of this color very lightly. This is called dry brushing. And the trick is to just not have a ton of water in your brush and to not press really hard as you bring the stroke across. And if I want to smooth or soften that, I can just lightly brush over it, pulling that in. There we go. Pull it across. Just a little bit. Let's outline our outer edge. Now very carefully, I want to get a little bit of the green into my brush. A little bit of the green into it, getting that turquoise back. I'm going to make a very light blue with the turquoise. Just a little lighter than my first color, you can see there. I'm going to come back across. Kind of the opposite way I first went through. You see I'm only taking it to right about there in the jar. There we go. You've got some lovely shading already going on your jar. Now that that's done, get your round brush again. Bring a little white just on the end of it here. But it doesn't have a big glump at the end. Then we're going to add a reflection to the top of our little berries. It's just a little mark. Let's do them all. Each. So now our berries look a little reflective and shining. And just a little bit of a highlight does a lot. Pick up our number 8 flat again. Pull out a little bit of your green. Let's add some white. And you can grab a smidge of your yellow. Make that an interesting color. And we're going to come here and just add second little layer to your pine needles. Let's put in our snowflake while we let our pine boughs dry. Phthalo blue on your number 8 flat, and we're going to make a straight up and down line, a vertical line on the edge of the brush. And then make an equal line coming at an angle, the same length. And we'll make the 2 bees that make the snowflake pattern. Just on the edge of the brush, tap that in. Do this on all the arms. Let's put in our blue flowers with the yellow centers, starting with their branches. I'm going to get a little of my black paint again, load it on to my number 8 flat. And we're going to bring up some branches that we'll put a bunch of blue flowers on. Put another little branch here. It's a floral, so we want to make sure that we have lots of flowers. Everywhere there's a little branch, we can put a little bunch of flowers. Now, while that's drying, we're going to take our flat brush again, and we're going to get some just white on it, on the edge here. Tap it up and down. Just make sure your brush is nice and tidy. And very carefully press in, tapping up and down. Make little white marks. That's like your little snowflake frost. Once your embellishment is in, you can go ahead and put in a couple highlights that are going to really help your jar pop. Taking the white paint, let's come here and add a little reflection to the glass. On the corner of my brush, I'm going to just put out a little bit of this from this corner. And then on the right shoulder as well. Tapping up and down and pull over. Tapping up and down, just trying to make it look a little random. A couple little back and forth brush strokes. A few taps down, and then nice long reflection there. And I'm going to get my number 5 round. Now I'm going to load up quite a lot of the blue paint on my number 5 round. I might even get a little of the white. And then I'm going to come here, the end of the branch, and pull in little petals. The brush stroke is just a press and pull, like a little comma. Every once in a while, a little blue, and a little white. You can think about little flowering branches that you've seen. I paint this pretty thick on the brush, but every once in a while I'm going to roll it, get a little more, and get a little bit of the white paint, and I will continue. So touch and pull the little blue flowers. We'll call these snow flowers. That'll be fun. I like to get that fairly full of flowers. And then when it's full, I take a little of my blue and white, and I'm going to make a little run of flowers. The petals really that are going to flow off. So touch, touch. You can always come back with a little bit of a white. Make those feel better. Just put them wherever they make you happy. Now the last little bit is to put a little bit of a yellow kiss in the center of your blue flowers. So I'm going to take a smidge of my white maybe and a lot of my yellow. I'll load up on the tip of my brush. And on each flower, I'm going to add a little bit peak of yellow. You can see I have quite a lot of paint. And I just touch the petals. And this will help them pop. Congratulations, you've just done your first painting. But before we go, let me show you how to clean up, and I'm going to give you some extra tips so you can enjoy your artwork for years to come. After every single painting session, wash your brushes with soap and warm water. Now, this crazy soap I'm using here is Artist Sherpa soap, but you can use any soap you have. You just want to work it into the brush thoroughly to remove the paint. Get your fingers, move the soap through the bristles, continue through, rinsing out. And then the last step is to shape the brush with your fingers and lay flat to dry. Don't let the paint dry on your palette. Be sure you wash that after every single painting session as well. Don't forget to drop by the frame department and maybe pop it in a frame. They have a lot of those on sale too, so you can show your art off to your friends and your family with pride. Come by our website, share the painting with us. Come by my Facebook page. I'd love to see what your experience was. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. I want to see you at an easel really soon. Maybe this easel. Bye-bye. Get your bundle.
Score your Black Friday doorbuster.
Score your Black Friday doorbuster. Come back, and I'm going to show you how to have art on your wall today. Sorry. I know it's not a good look.